Jamal and Kim's Inner Circle Health Tribe, episode 44.
It's time to reverse the imbalances in your life as you take the first step on your own journey towards personal change. Welcome to Jamal and Kim's Inner Circle Health Tribe, educating, empowering, and inspiring individuals to live healthier. Now here are your hosts and your guides to natural living, Jamal and Kim.
Hi, Kim and Jamal here, and welcome to another episode of Jamal and Kim's Inner Circle Health Tribe podcast. This is episode number 44, and I'm Kim, and I'm joined with Jamal.
Greetings, everyone.
And
peace and blessings.
Yes, and like I said, this is episode number 44, and it's the final episode of our multi-part series on the different stages of healing. And if you have not had a chance to listen to the first three parts, just go to jkhealthtribe.com/44. And there you will access the show notes page for this episode. And I have the links for the past three parts for you to listen to when you get a chance. So I have enjoyed doing this multi-part series on the different stages of healing. On part one, we dived into the intro of the series and we talked about detoxification. In episode 2, we touched on the ways to detox the body. Part 3 was the rebuilding process, which segues us into part 4 about maintaining your health, which is an area that a lot of people drop the ball. They never get to this point. They stay in the detox phase, and we discussed the reasons why in the previous parts. So I'm really not interested. I should say I'm really excited to share this information with you because this information is what has allowed us to serve so many people over the years at our holistic center at Life, Strength, and Health. This very important series that we put together is what we always share with our clients to help them to achieve their health goals.
Yeah, and I would say it's the most important piece because this is the piece that most people start at. And we spoke about this in previous episodes. When a person feels that, they want to change their health, they want to do better, they really start in the maintenance phase because they really don't understand the stages of health. So they change their diet. They start maybe taking a multivitamin. They start, drinking more water, and they do the things to maintain good health, but they skip over the phases of health. So being that they start in this phase, a lot of times people don't get results. Right.
I mean, it's a good phase. I mean, it's a good step in the right direction. But then sometimes people get frustrated or overwhelmed, or they're kind of just at a loss of wondering why aren't these changes having a bigger impact on their health?
Right.
Why, if they drink more water or they're eating more vegetables, why are they getting more bloated? Why, are they becoming more regular in terms of going to the bathroom and things of that nature?
Right. So we'll get a lot of people and they'll say, I don't understand. I'm doing all of these things. And really, they're just in that maintenance phase, and they haven't began their journey. Mm-hmm. So the reason why this is the most important is because you have to understand that this is not the beginning. You need to actually start from the beginning. And another reason why this is a very important phase is because after you go through all of the stages to restore your health, most people tend to revert back. So it's very important to understand how to maintain your hard work. We spoke about this in previous series. So the first thing that you want to do is detoxify your body. If you have a body that's polluted, that's congested, you have to rid yourself of toxicity. You have to get that out of the body in order for it to respond, in order for it to heal. And then after you get these toxins out of your system, the congestion out of your system, now you begin that rebuilding and repairing phase to strengthen the overall integrity of your body, get things communicating the way that it's supposed to and flowing the way that it's supposed to. So after you go through that process, now what? How do you maintain this? And this is an area where a lot of people kind of struggle because they really don't know how to go about maintaining. Mm-hmm. And I will say this, it's no, one size fits all when it comes to maintaining, which is why I think that it's important to work with a health practitioner to make sure that you understand your body type, because many people have different body types.
Right.
You have some people that are what we call protein and fat dominant, meaning the majority of their diet needs to consist of protein, fats, vegetables, and they thrive when they eat that type of diet. And when they have a diet that's high in carbohydrates, it throws their body chemistry off. And then you have people that thrive on more carbohydrates. And if they have low carbs and they're eating a lot of proteins and fats, that is going to throw their chemistry off. So you want to make sure that you understand your body type and you make sure that you're eating within your element. So that's a very important piece, because if you're following a friend, your friend's very healthy and they're carbohydrate dominant, and you try to follow their trend and you're eating more carbs, healthy carbs. You could be eating a lot of brown rice. You can be eating a lot of sweet potatoes and beans and, things of that nature. But it's out of your element. It's still going to throw your body off. So it's important for you to understand that. And when you can do that, then you're going to thrive and you're going to feel your best. And if you're not working with a practitioner, there are tests out there. They have different tests so that you can find out your body type. In Ayurvedic medicine, they call them doshas. You did different tests to find out your dosha, and that lets you know what your body type in the best way that you should eat overall. So you definitely want to find out your body type. And then there are specific things that you should do on a regular basis. And that goes along with following the cycles of the body. You want to make sure you're following very specific cycles. And ideally, in the beginning, we spoke about this in the detoxification episode, you want to do your major detoxing. So for some people, they may be detoxifying for 3 months. A person that has a lot of toxicity and they've never detoxed and they've been living an unhealthy lifestyle for a long time on a lot of medications and things like that, they may be detoxifying for 1 or 2 years. So that could be different for everyone in the beginning. But after you've done your initial major cleanse, now you get into seasonal detoxification. Every change of season, as the seasons begin to change and the shifts are happening in our environment, those same shifts happen in our body, and our body begins to transition. And there's certain systems and organs that put more work in from the previous season. So you want to detoxify every change of season. And that looks different for everyone, but you should be doing seasonal detoxification. I would say for at least 3 days. I think ideally 7 days is good. Every change of season, you do a 7-day cleanse. And this way, when you're living that way, you're only 3 months away from cleansing your body and getting back on the right track. Sometimes, throughout the season, your life gets hectic and you may stray a little bit. Some people may fall completely off, but if you're doing your seasonal cleanses, you're only a few months away from tightening your ship up, getting back on the right track, or just continuing your health.
And I also think in terms of maintaining your health, no asset in your life, whether it's, your house, your car, just anything in life, there's no set it and forget it. And that's the same approach that you want to take with your health. As you improve your health, you detox, you move into the repair and rebuild phase. along this path, one of the greatest benefits of optimum health is you're more in tune with your body. When you detox your body and you rid yourself of toxins and you feel how you should feel, when you eat certain things, you become more sensitive and more tuned with your body, so you can feel differences. You can sense if you eat something is a little off. You broke out. You feel, your mouth starts to burn. You feel a little off. It makes you crave more sugar. That's the time that you start tuning in more so to your body and listening to it. Because when you do the different layers of healing, you build up your discipline, you build up the connection to your body, and you're building good habits for your health. You want to utilize that discipline and listen to your body more. So what Jamal was saying, you do your seasonal cleanses. You have to do your little tune-ups. And sometimes you might do it before if you're traveling, if you just fall off a little bit. Listen to your body and if certain things are off, that I need to tune up. I need to, get it back in line a little bit. I have to clean my diet up. That's part of the maintenance phase. I also feel that movement, some type of physical exercise, it doesn't have to be so extreme as going to the gym every day, but some type of movement in your life is necessary. Whether you have to work up to 1 or 2 days a week, walking, yoga, some type of cardiovascular exercise, all these things keeps your body in alignment. And this is all back to that maintenance phase about, starting to set a strong foundation of healthy living. And that will help you stay on course.
Yeah, I think that's an important part to really pay attention to your body. When you begin to really detoxify and cleanse your body, one of the things that you're going to notice is when you consume something that disagrees with you, you're going to feel it right away. If you really tune in, something is going to be off, and you notice that, and you pay attention to it, and you make adjustments, and now you're listening to your body as it kind of tells you what it likes and the things that it doesn't like. A lot of times after people spend months or weeks cleansing, as soon as they reintroduce old things, it makes them sick. A lot of times it really, upsets their stomach, makes them nauseous, gives them a headache, breaks them out, whatever the case may be, but they notice it right away. So this kind of pushes people to understand the importance of putting better things in your body, because your body is always trying to protect you. So even if you just eat a bunch of, junk food and things that aren't good for your body, it's going to protect you. It's going to create a lot of mucus. It's going to congest the body and create barriers, plaque, and things to protect. These are all protective mechanisms. Right. So when you're harming yourself and you're taking in these pollutants, it's not harming you the same way. So you detoxify your body and you free it of these things, and then you eat something and you really feel the way that you're supposed to feel when you consume it. But your body just, so you don't kill yourself and you're not always miserable, it protects you from these things. So part of maintenance is understanding what true moderation is, because that moderation is a tricky word, because you can do a lot of things moderately. For example, you can have a small cookie one day. The next day you have a small piece of cake. The next day you have a small bowl of ice cream. The next day you have, a little bit of chips. And the next thing you know, what you thought each day you were having a moderate amount of, sweets or a moderate amount of processed foods, when it really adds up throughout the week, you actually had a lot of it. So moderation doesn't necessarily mean a little bit every day. It just means really understanding what moderation is for your particular body type and you as an individual. Yeah,
I think in the maintenance phase, one of the biggest areas of growth is the mindset. Because we always say, our society is not set up for us to be healthy, and it really is not. You have to have the audacity to want to be healthy, because you will constantly be faced with challenges, whether it's family, friends, your work environment. Every function you go to, there's food. But generally, it's not food that is going to help nourish you. It's food that you generally shouldn't have any of. So people who have the mindset and the audacity to be healthy, and we call our community health warriors at Life, Strength, and Health at our Holistic Center. When you take on that approach, that's the people that I see sustaining their health. The people who know deep down, they have an inner knowing that this is the way that I have to live, because if I don't, I'm going to go way back to where I used to be. And I no longer want to feel that way. And that's the approach that I had to take with my own health. You just get to a point where you really have a strong desire and a why of why you make the choices that you make. You will fall off. But as Jamal was saying, consistently falling off, it's not living the lifestyle. Like, living the lifestyle is you make one bad decision, but you get back on the horse the next day and the next day after that. The consistency lies in the choice, making better choices. So a lot of times people will beat themselves up because, they went to a family function and they ate something they should have ate. The proper mindset is not to beat yourself up on the bad choice, but what is the next choice that you're going to make? That is the proper mindset. And when you move through your life, when you navigate through the challenges with that type of mindset, you will stay on the course. When you continuously listen to your body to say, wow, that piece of cake or that ice cream or that bread, it threw me off. You know what? Tomorrow I'm going to eat whole foods. I'm going to just keep it clean. I'm going to have a juice and a smoothie. That is the proper mindset. When you know that, the summertime is coming, I need to do my summer cleanse. Let me, work my health practitioner or do the cleanse I need to do. That is the proper mindset. So when you consistently make good choices for your health, then those turn into habits and you will eventually live this. This will be your lifestyle.
Yeah. And going along with mindset, an important piece to mindset is to reinforce your mindset. So things like, listening to this podcast on a regular basis, as well as other podcasts or other publications. And, there's so many different documentaries out there that you can watch that will help to really empower you. And the more of these things that you do, the more you have this shift, and the more you don't want to do the things that you were doing before that created a certain level of health, when you really understand that. So the mindset part is really the most important piece of the puzzle. And you always want to build upon that. So another thing that goes along with that is just trying to be around people that feel the same way that you do or on a journey. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a support system out there. They have different meetup groups and different things online, Facebook and things like that, so that you can just be in the environment of other people, because sometimes it gets lonely. It gets lonely out there, and a lot of times, people will fall off because they're the only ones that's doing something. So the more people you're around that are in this energy, the easier it makes it. Yeah,
and also I feel that having the audacity to be healthy, I commend anyone, because like I said, it's not easy out there. We know. But also choosing to live this lifestyle and having to go through the trials and tribulations of trying to figure it out on your own. I always say not shortcut, but collapse the time frames and work with a qualified professional, someone that can navigate you through the challenges that you may be facing, and not trying to figure it out on your own, because you're going to be joked at. Your family's going to say, why are you eating that twigs and berries if you choosing to eat a plant-based diet? You're going to be faced with so many challenges. So how do you arm yourself against these things that are coming at you? That's so vitally important. A lot of times people say, I know this has been said to me so many times, people say, you want to live forever. And it's not that I want to live forever, but the time that I'm here on this earth, whether tomorrow's my last day, I want to feel my best, which allows me to be a better mother, a better wife, a better entrepreneur. So that's how you have to look. Like, what is your why? What is going to help you to navigate through the doubts, the challenges, feeling alone, feeling isolated? What's going to navigate you through that minefield? Because it is a minefield, because it's really up to you. You have to take responsibility for your health, and you have the ultimate control. Nobody is holding you down and putting stuff in your mouth. So it's a minefield. How do you navigate through that so you don't fall down into this abyss of being a victim and continuing to make poor choices? How do you navigate through that? And it all starts with your why.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a misconception of just how older age is supposed to look. You know, a lot. It's unfortunate, but you know, in the United States, a lot of the elders, their health is in jeopardy, very poor, and they have health challenges. And we have come to accept that as the norm. So as we get older, we expect to have to deal with these things when that really isn't the case. You know, you don't have to deal with these things. You can live a lifestyle so that you prevent these things. You know, what about the people that just used to just die of, you know, because it was just time, natural causes.
Right.
Their time was up. You know, what about those people? But we're not getting that anymore. People are dying from health challenges now. And
what's more hurtful is the suffering.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When
we see people who come in for a consultation and they're young, or they're, you know, I mean, everyone is young, I feel, but they're suffering at such a young age with just ailments.
Yeah.
You know, that's what hurts me, to see that and to know that you don't have to live that way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So in maintaining, it's practicing prevention, you know, so that you don't end up in the same situation that you were in before. So all of the different tools that we're giving you is a way that you can actually maintain your optimum health. And then that also comes back to supplementation.
Right.
You know, do you supplement or don't you supplement? There's a huge kind of divide in that. You know, there's a school of thought that thinks that, you know, if you're eating healthy, you're eating, you know, just a really clean diet, that you don't need supplementation. And I actually kind of disagree with that. I don't think that, you know, we need to maybe take as much as supplementation, but I do think that it's necessary to take supplementation at different points. Because first of all, just comparatively, the soil itself is not as rich as it used to be. It
Right.
doesn't have the same types of minerals and nutrients in the soil that it used to be. So right now, if you're eating organic, you're definitely getting more nutrition than conventional farming. However, even organic farming compared to, you know, farming 50 years ago, the soil isn't as rich and it doesn't contain as many nutrients. So it's still a lesser food that you're getting compared to then.
And also, you know, most people don't live in a rural area where you don't have much stress, where you're around nature. So if you look at that, the tremendous amount of stress that most people live under, you do need to add supplementation. But like we always say, there's no one cookie cutter approach. There needs to be a balance, and you want to get, you know, a lot of your nutrition from your foods.
Right.
But you should supplement. But it's also important to get your supplementation from the right sources, and
Right.
understanding the importance of that, so you don't add a tremendous amount of strain on your body.
Right. You made a great point about stress, you know, because stress will eat up your B vitamins. It'll eat up your C vitamins before your body even has a chance to utilize them. So you're eating better foods. That's already a lesser compared to 50 years ago. So you're eating better foods, but you live in a very stressful environment. So that's eating up a lot of your nutrients. So we think that, you know, supplementation is important, in the type of supplementation. So we're not saying go down to your local CVS and pick up some supplements. You want to make sure that you're getting whole food supplements that are made from foods. And
Right.
It doesn't have to be like a traditional vitamin that you pop. Like, they have concentrated spinach, concentrated kale, concentrated spirulina, concentrated wheatgrass, all of these powerful superfoods, concentrated dandelion greens, like all of these concentrated superfoods that they make into a powder that you can put in water. You can, mix it up and you can drink it. So there are a lot of different ways to supplement without taking like the traditional vitamins. There's herbs that are very rich in vitamins that you can take. So when we say supplementation, we're talking about consuming superfoods, things that are very high in vitamins and minerals, very nutrient dense foods. And, not saying don't take the traditional vitamins, because they have some very good traditional vitamins out there that are made from food as well. But just look at vitamins differently. It's just an extension of what you're already eating. It's just in a concentrated and easy form to intake.
Right. But on the flip side of that, I just want to touch briefly on some bad habits that may form is that people rely too much on the supplements. So they take great quality supplements, which, is better than not taking anything. But on the diet side, they don't eat as clean. So there sometimes is a disconnect in that, you definitely need to eat. It all starts with the diet. There's no superfood in the world that's going to cover up if you keep eating fast food every day. There's just not. Yeah. So you have to find the balance of eating as clean as you can and then adding the supplements like Jamal was saying, the superfoods, the whole food vitamins, the raw vitamins and things of that nature. So you have to find the balance. It can't be one, like you pay a tremendous amount of money on these great supplements and then you're still eating foods that lack nutrition. They're void in nutrition. You have to find the balance.
Right. And depending on where you live will determine what you take. I mean, in North America, I think it's very important for people to supplement a good quality vitamin D, for example, because we get our vitamin D from sunlight. And just because of the work environment, people spend so much time working. They spend so much time indoors. Even when they live in sunny states that get a lot of sun, they still aren't spending enough time outdoors, so they're not getting in enough vitamin D, and they're doing a lot of testing for vitamin D now because they made this connection between vitamin D and cancer. And, cancer patients, their vitamin D levels were extremely low because vitamin D is a serious anti-cancer fighter, very high antioxidant, and people were very low in vitamin D. So it's no coincidence that so many people have very low vitamin D and cancer is on the rise, especially for Black people, African Americans living in North America. It's even more important for you to get your vitamin D in because it takes longer for you to absorb the vitamin D. It takes 30 minutes longer. It takes at least 30 minutes to begin to absorb of 30 minutes of sunlight exposure to really absorb enough vitamin D. And the average person doesn't spend 30 minutes outside every day getting sunlight. And if that's the case, if you're not doing that, if you're not taking the time to be outside, then you should be supplementing a vitamin D. So that's like one staple. It's different for everyone as far as what type of vitamins you take, what type of superfoods you take. But that's one thing for everyone that I think it won't hurt to make that a staple, to automatically have vitamin D in your diet. Or should I say to take as a supplement. I think that's a very important piece. Everything else, it depends on the individual, but I think vitamin D is important for everyone to take.
So besides the vitamin D, what other vitamins or supplements do you recommend for people to take?
Well, I think that people should take digestive enzymes. Once you turn 30 years old, your digestive power decreases by 10%. And then after that, every single year, you lose 1% of your digestive system power for the rest of your life. So we notice that, as people get older and they come in, they suffer from digestive issues. And now, it's kind of a ongoing joke with the elderly, that, the only thing that they're really concerned about is if they're going to have a bowel movement for the day, which is which is crazy, it's crazy. So, I think that, we take our digestive power for granted until, it really starts to affect us. So I think that, taking a digestive enzyme every day with all of your meals after 30, I think that it's a powerful thing to do to increase your digestive power and to stop that drop off so much. So that's another thing that I would recommend. So vitamin D, digestive enzyme, and if there's one last thing that I think should be a staple is probiotics,
right?
Which again goes back to the digestive system. It helps us to absorb nutrients. It just helps with our immune system. It just keeps things in check within our body as far as the good and the bad bacteria. So I think everyone taking probiotics, digestive enzymes, vitamin D, I think that across the board, every single person can get tremendous benefit from taking those three things. Everything else, go ahead.
I have one that I want to add. One more.
Okay, cool.
Some type of green superfood is a must because we cannot consume enough green leafy vegetables. The benefits from them, whether it's antioxidants, repairing the body, rejuvenating our body. We do not consume enough vegetables, period, but dark leafy greens. And if you don't have time to juice, if you don't have time to make a smoothie, you can definitely, some of the best superfood powders, or at least a good one, you can put in some water, stir it up and just drink it before you head out. And you would do so much more good if you start your morning off with that. So I just wanted to add that in.
Yeah, I agree. That's powerful. And that's food. It's just pretty much dried and grinded up food. So I think that is definitely a part of the list. And that's number 4. Mm-hmm. So I think if we come up with the 5th one, we don't have to do that now. We can create some type of chart, top 5 supplements you definitely need to include.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
In your diet.
Mm-hmm.
So just a thought.
Right. So anything else that you want to add?
I think that's it. I think that, we gave them a lot. And if you took part of that, you can really maintain your health and continue to improve upon it.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And before we go, all the information that we discussed, actually, I'm going to list those supplements in the show notes page. Just go to jkhealthtribe.com/44 and you can gain access to the show notes page as well as the other 3 parts of our multi-part series. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, just go to jkhealthtribe.com/44 and you will gain instant access. Okay. So, before we go, also one last thing, make sure you join our email list. You can get that on our website as well. So you can stay in the know of everything we have coming down or out, I should say, in the future. Okay. So until next time, live healthier.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Stay healthy.
We hope you enjoyed your time with Jamal and Kim's Inner Circle Health Tribe. To keep you on your path towards a happy, healthier lifestyle, we encourage you to visit jkhealthtribe.com for content to help you find your health balance. Thanks again, and we look forward to educating, empowering, and inspiring you to live healthier.